Well, welcome back. It's great to have you all here. Thanks so much. I'm Joe Kelleher, and this is Schenectady Online with Joe Kelleher. Thanks so much once again. I hope you all had a very wonderful and blessed Easter. I know that I certainly did. Spent it with my family and saw folks that I haven't seen in absolute years. Unfortunately, we did have to take a trip to New Jersey, and it was bittersweet, actually. We saw my uncle who had passed away, but I saw cousins who I haven't seen in 20-some years. And you know, that's the thing about, we all say this, don't we? We have weddings and funerals, that those are the times that you see the people that you want to see, but you don't always get a chance to see, and those are the times that you see them. Well, it was good to see them and reconnect, and now we'll have more of an opportunity to get together with my family and friends and such, because time does get very short, and our time, the busier we get, the faster the time gets away from us. You know, I appreciate you folks who come by here all the time and see me on a regular basis, but I've told, Linda and I have said this to many people, where when we sit down here and we do the show with you, it is called Schenectady Online for a couple different reasons, but this is a conversation. It really is. When I have guests over here, or Linda sits by me, which, tell her you want to see her on again. Really, it's okay. No, I really do enjoy when my wife sits next to me, but she's off in the background over there yelling things to me, and she will yell to me today. But this is a conversation. I want you and I I want to leave time after I ask you questions for you guys to respond on your own, or respond to me. Send me an email. And yes, you see a collar on me over here, and a lot of the folks are now going to be seeing that on a more frequent basis. I had Marv Cermak called me and did an interview on me for the Times Union, and very nice article. A couple little tweaks I had to put on it there, but I started a ministry called Divine Guardian Ministries, but that's not going to take away from anything that I provide you with here, because the focus of this show, of course, is Schenectady. And I'm also going to focus, as I said before, on the surrounding community, on our city government. Just because I'm wearing a collar doesn't mean that people don't need to be held accountable for the jobs that they said that they would do and said that they would need to do. I said that I would continue to be here for the community, and only because because I'm not running for public office anymore doesn't mean that the community is any less important to me, if not more, ever since I put this collar on. And I want to continue to do so and continue to bring you some information. In fact, I'm going to have a great opportunity for any of you out there to get involved in the community even more, not only here in the Schenectady area, but in the Capital District as a whole. And I will tell you about that in just a short time. There are a lot of events coming up. My goodness, my wife and I were looking over the calendar, and it was just incredible the amount of things that are going on that you can do out and about. You know, the weather might be a little chilly, might be a little cool, you know, your bones are aching a little bit, but you got to get up and move a little bit in order for that to go away. And believe me, there's plenty for people to go out and do. And I'm going to tell you about those things here coming up in just a moment. Randy, we doing okay with this camera over here?
Sure, I'm just making an
Excellent. Okay, cool. Then I'll go to this camera over here. Thank you, Randy. Randy's behind the scenes over here, and like I said, guys, there are cameras here, but we're having a conversation here, and I want to keep people involved, and I want you to hear about the things that go on in the background, because having been in television before, it's really neat to see the things that go on behind the scenes. And I hope you guys get an opportunity to see that at some point, and I'm sure that sometime you will. You know, we talked last time about our city taxes and even some of our public officials who haven't been paying their city taxes. Now, I mean, even in the Bible, the tax collectors were the worst of the worst of the worst. Unfortunately, in today's society, however, it's one of those necessary evils that we need to take care of, not only to keep our community and our public up and running, but it's a benefit for others too. And so that needs to be used very wisely. And when our funds aren't being used wisely and properly, that causes a lot of waste. And nobody, not the one above, nor any of us here on earth, likes to see any of that waste, because it's frustrating. And all we want is people to do their jobs properly. That's all. It's very simple, and be held accountable for what they do. So when we see our public officials who are holding us accountable to do what we need to do, not doing the job themselves, like paying the taxes that they have due also, it causes a pop-up question. It causes concern. So I haven't seen any follow-up as of yet to the folks who are our elected officials and haven't paid any of their taxes. You haven't seen anything yet either out there in the studio audience? No, I'm getting shaking heads and hearing all kinds of no. So public officials, please tell us what's going on. If you need the extensions, file them just like every one of us do. If you need some forgiveness, then take the right steps just like everybody else does. But please don't hold us accountable for the things that you, those that we elected to represent us, are not doing yourself. There's a fairness there, or there's some kind of favoritism that's just not going to play. And all we're asking is for everybody to play fair and be on the same side here. Talk with us. Let us, the people of your constituents, know what's going on. Help us to understand so that we can serve the city better, we can serve the public better, we can serve our community better as well. That's all we want, and I don't believe that that's too much to ask. Well, as I mentioned, there are a lot of events coming up, and as any of you know, right here in the area is, we have some great resources for our veterans, and those are the things that I want to talk about right now. As I mentioned earlier, I'm the chaplain for our local American Legion, and the American Legion is actually having an event coming up in just a couple weeks on Friday night, the 24th of April, and you can check this out online. They're on Facebook, and they also have a web page now. I beg your pardon, and that's at al1092ny.us. Go to that website there, and you'll see some of the events that we have coming up, including the next wing night. I didn't have an opportunity to pop on there the benefit that we're having coming up, rather our anniversary night and bike night, which is going to be really cool. So I want to make sure we get that information out. Matter of fact, I'll talk to you about it right now. What's happening is we're having a bike night, and it's the American Legion anniversary. So it's actually the anniversary of when the American Legion Riders joined us last year, as well as one of the anniversary of the American Legion as a whole. That's happening on the 24th. It's starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, going till about 7 or so, something like that, 7, 8 o'clock. And let me tell you, you're going to see some great bikes out over that way. Come out and enjoy some food. Learn what the American Legion is all about, too, because this organization is for our veterans and our active military, and they are all veterans who've served during a time of war or conflict. So anybody you see wearing an American Legion hat, pin, anything like that, you know that they served during that time. But it doesn't make those that served outside of those times any less important to our country and to our community, because they served our country very faithfully and bravely as well. And we salute them, men and women alike. So please come out there. And that, again, that's on Friday the 24th from 4 to 7 p.m. And you'll find us at 1809 Union Street in Niskayuna, just over the Schenectady border, up by the old St. Helens Church. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of other events going on up over that way too. So you'll see these other things popping up on the calendar. You can check them out on Facebook too. We'll have them on the Facebook page for it's American Legion Niskayuna Post 1092. You'll find that online. So take a look at these events, like the let's see, the wing night that we have coming up on the 17th. It's been very successful so far. That's going on 6 to 9 p.m. where you have DJ and karaoke. And I've been told that yours truly is going to be providing the entertainment and music for that. So it'll be a lot of fun. Please come out and see us. That's going to be a great night. I'll tell you what, you get some homemade chili, you get homemade macaroni and cheese, and a dozen wings for $10. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong. The bar is open over that way. You also have the sodas too. So stop by and see us, even if just to say hello. We would love to meet you, and I'd love to talk with you too. But please bear with me because it's going to be a little bit crazy over that way. It usually gets pretty busy. And it's a great fundraiser for the American Legion. And all the funds, the proceeds, stay right here in our local community, here in the Schenectady area. And they serve our local vets. Also mark your calendar. Oh my goodness, let me see what else is going on here. We've got the pasta dinner coming up on the, that's the 20th, correct? 26th. Pasta dinner, Sunday the 26th, and that's also at the American Legion Post. That's $10, and I wrote it here someplace, and I can't even read what I wrote. The 26th, it's a pasta dinner put on by the American Legion Auxiliary. For tickets and information, you can contact their president, my beautiful wife, Linda Kelleher, and you can reach her at area code 518-860-6320. Let's see what else we have going on over that way. Two other events that are going on. The honor flight is going on this month, and that's for our veterans to make their way down to Washington, D.C. and visit the monuments down over that way. That's happening on April 18th. In as much, you've got the Patriot flight that's coming up next month in May, the 16th. So check those out online, patriotflight.org, and you'll find the Leather Stocking Honor Flight. Look up both of those things online, and believe me, when you see this stuff, it'll warm your heart, and you'll see these veterans have seen and gone through, and to see their faces as they visit these memorials in our nation's capital is just absolutely phenomenal. It's very, very warming, and it's very refreshing. Also going on the 16th is Niski Day, and not only do they have the parade, but we'll have, I'm sorry? May 16th. I'm sorry, I said March. What did I say? Next month, May 16th. It's a Saturday, Niski Day. Enjoy the parade. Make your way back over to the high school. The American Legion will be there in full. I mean, we'll have every member of the American Legion family there. Our sons, the American Legionnaires, American Legion Auxiliary, and the American Legion Riders will all be out there. We'll have some great events for you. We'll be selling some beverages and such. Please come and visit us over that way. Find out more about our Legion and thank our veterans and our active military too. Also going on the 20th of this month, it's a Monday night, from 6 to 8 p.m., Stars for Our Troops. Now, that's an interesting thing, and when I travel, I always make sure that I carry stars with me because just yesterday, as a matter of fact, I flew home from Wisconsin, and in the Chicago airport, I met four seamen. They're four young men who were coming home from the Navy basic training, and they were making their way home before they went back out again for their deployments. I gave them each these stars, and they read what they were, and they thought it was just awesome. Retired flags. We cut the stars out, and all of them from the embroidered stars, the nylon ones with the patterns on them. Those are retired completely as a whole. But the ones that have the embroidered stars, we cut the embroidered stars out, put them in a bag, and I don't have one with me, or else I'd be more than happy to show you. It's in my jacket over that way. Would you mind, right inside the inside my jacket pocket there, if you could grab that for me, I'd appreciate it. And we cut those out and put them in a small pouch. These get delivered all over the world, and people, our veterans, our active military, enjoy them fully. Oh, just come around the camera. It's okay. It's okay. My wife, you get to see my wife's hand over here. All right. So this is what they look like. Okay. I know we can't get too much of a close-up shot right over here, but let me see if I can. Randy, I'm going to squeeze in a little bit closer on this one over here, okay? There we go. How's that? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay, good. And then I'll show you this over here where you can even freeze this when you get it online, and that's what you'll see. That's what they read, and I'll read that off to you. It says, "I am part of our American flag. I have flown over a home in the USA. I can no longer fly. The sun and winds have caused me to become tattered and torn. Please carry me as a reminder that you are not forgotten." Now, if that's not a tribute and a testament to our American troops, I don't know what it is. And for them to be able to carry that in their pocket, and we do that there. Why do we do it with the embroidered stars? So they can feel it in their pocket. When they reach in, they can feel that in their pocket and know that the flag was flown for their service and the honor of those who fought for us in the great wars that came before them. So, lots and lots and lots to do. Now, let me tell you about a couple other things that are happening right here in the city of Schenectady. This weekend, as a matter of fact, tomorrow at St. John's, and also Saturday at St. John's Catholic Church there off the Eastern Avenue entrance right off of Knott Street. Stop in there from 4 to 8 p.m. It's a pasta dinner, isn't it? Pasta dinner that they're doing to raise funds for Jack's Place. And Jack Falvo, you are just a phenomenal trooper. You really are. In so much adversity and so much you've had to endure and deal with, and you have been able to come up with such a fantastic organization. For those of you who don't know what Jack's Place is, it's a building facility that's similar to what you'd see with Ronald McDonald House or the Fisher House for the veterans over by the VA Medical Center, where someone who has a loved one inside Sunnyview or inside Ellis Hospital can go over to Jack's Place, stay there free of charge, and be in the local area so they don't have to run up a huge hotel bill to be able to be close to their loved one. They need funds to be able to run it, though. That's what it takes. That's what it takes to run any organization that's service. They're a non-for-profit organization. They do not receive any funds on this one from the government, okay, except for any donations that are decided to go their way through CDBG funds or what have you. And those are the kind of things that CDBG funds should be going for. But donations is what they live on. Donations is what supports their organization. Donations are what they live on. These are tax-free, tax-deductible donations. So find out more about Jack's Place. Find them online. Go support them at their dinner and give a little bit extra. Believe me, it goes a very, very long way. Also, the Willie Scholarship Fund at the Sportsman Bowl going on, that's Saturday, isn't it? 4/11, from noon to 4. You can see those folks over that way. They're putting a scholarship fund together, and it's to help our underprivileged here, right here in the city of Schenectady. So, I mean, folks, there's one thing after another after another. The Green Market is still going on inside Proctor's, so make sure you stop by Proctor's. Check out Proctor's Theater's website and the Green Market. You can find them online and on Facebook as well. But if you go there on the 19th of this month from 10 to 2, you'll get an opportunity to meet me, you'll get an opportunity to meet my beautiful wife, and you'll get an opportunity to meet and find out more about the American Legion at the table that we'll have there. So please, please, please stop by and see us over that way. And I'm sure that you will find out all kinds of great information. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about as far as events are concerned, Marion Porterfield, our councilwoman for the Schenectady City Council, is putting on a vet health seminar, and that's on April 25th, 3 to 4 p.m., and that's at the Church of God at 920 State Street. You'll find out some great information if you're a veteran or you know of a veteran who's in need of health and information on health and how to get that, please, please, please have them contact Marion Porterfield, and she can give you more information on that. Now, the last City Council meeting that I was at, I happened to go up and talk about a couple of issues going on. One of them, which several folks from different neighborhood associations, especially the Mount Pleasant Neighborhood Association, spoke regarding the Grout Park Tunnel. Now, I got a letter which I read from Fred Lee, and I tell you what, I could not agree with this more. That the Grout Park Tunnel once served its purpose, and now it's a haven for crime and for criminals to make their way back and forth to different parts of the city. So multiple petitions have been signed with names on them galore. Multiple people have spoken on the issue, and it seems to be a consensus on the City Council that it's going to be recommended to the Department of Transportation that this building, or rather access tunnel, be closed off and not necessarily destroyed, but with a key on it, so that people who need access to it in the event of some kind of an emergency or some type of emergency management situation can access it, but that's all. We don't need that crime, and the more that we can stop it and hinder it from happening, this tunnel served no other purpose. The more that we can hinder it, the better it is for all of us to begin overall. So I hope that if you feel the same way, or if you are opposed to that closing and if you want to keep it open, let the folks at City Council know about it, and let your voice be heard. That's what's wanted by all of us over this way, and I hope that you'll agree with that also. The one thing I wanted to talk about, and I will get to this thing about the smoke alarms here in a little bit too, because that kind of ties in with this other event. And this training that I was talking about and how you can get involved is very near and dear to me. And those of you who know me at all know that I was, after the Air Force, I became an emergency medical technician. I was a firefighter, and that was something that was very near and dear to me for a lot of years. I was an EMT for 25 years in various organizations, both paid and volunteer, but mainly volunteer. Pardon me, even when I was paid for it, I kept volunteering in some way, shape, or fashion. And especially when I lived in the Lehigh Valley, I got involved with the Eastern Pennsylvania EMS Council. When I moved back up over this way, I let that go a little bit and didn't stay as much involved as moved up over here. But what I did do is I went and became an emergency services chaplain. So what I want to talk to you about now is how you can do something very similar in becoming a chaplain and finding out about the New York State Chaplain Task Force. I need a dozen people. I've got 2, 3, maybe 4 already. To find another 8 people, hey, if I can find another 10 people, 12 people, 20 people, my cup would runneth over for sure. But let me tell you about what this is. The New York State Chaplain Task Force was started in New York City. They go out to emergency events. They go out to do home visits. They go out to do hospital visits. They even do jail and prison ministry. And they minister to people who need that spiritual support. And they need it when they have it, it's during a time of need. There may be a chance even for you to become a minister yourself and be able to do that, do the things that ministers would normally do, like perform ceremonies and such. But that's something that you don't have to be concerned about right up front. You're not going to be asked to do that until you feel that you're ready to do that. I've sent information out to multiple organizations, and let me tell you about what this is. The New York State Chaplaincy Services. It's a non-for-profit organization. They train highly skilled interfaith chaplains in providing spiritual care and emotional support. The organization is committed to helping its members provide quality care efficiently and effectively to individuals, families, and agencies that they serve. They have an emergency response unit, New York State Chaplain Task Force. Right now it's made up of over 500 members. They're dispatched chaplains 24 hours a day, every day of the year, to provide spiritual and emotional support and assistance to families as well as to state and local agencies in times of crisis. The chaplains bring images of order in the midst of chaos and hope in the midst of despair. We are looking to start a chapter right here in the Capital District, and this is your opportunity to act. If you go to my website, Divine Guardian Ministries, actually you can find Divine Guardian Ministries online. Just go to divineguardian.org. You can find Divine Guardian Ministries on Facebook, or you can go to the website for New York State Chaplain Task Force at nysctf.org. You will not see the Capital District training on there. It's specifically and exclusively through my ministry. You can get involved. There is a cost to this, and the reason for that is because there's a lot of background involved in this that you won't see up in front, but hours upon hours upon hours of training have gone in to making this efficient and effective, to be able to make you an efficient and effective chaplain in this time of crises. Let me go into a little bit further. Here's some of the things that they do, and these brochures I'll have online, and I can get one to you, and I'll give you the contact information for me after I talk about this a little bit further. Benefits to patients and employees, residents, provide spiritual and emotional support in all services, assess patients and residents, employees' holistic needs, including spiritual, religious, and psychosocial needs, helps to reduce stress and anxiety, contribute to risk management outcomes, provide comfort within a multidisciplinary environment. For an organization, employee, resident, patient satisfaction. Advanced organizations' values and aspirations. Reduce staff burnout and compassion fatigue. There's connect with local clergy and community support services. The folks that get involved in this will be able to do this for any organization. So for your local EMS, police, fire, any kind of a natural disaster that might happen, any kind of a multiple casualty incident that you might be called out to. In fact, one of the events that might happen right here locally was with this big fire that happened not less than a block away from these studios, across from City Hall. That's a prime location where a tent could have been set up and been there immediately for the psychosocial, for the spiritual and holistic needs of not only the patients that were there, not only the victims of the fire, but also for the police, the firefighters, EMS, any emergency management services that were there that needed assistance and guidance and spiritual help in making sure that they could deal with that wholly. Contact me, find out more about this. I need you. I need 15 people. I need a dozen. 15 would make me very happy. To get 30, I couldn't ask for anything more, really. But the more I get, the better off we are going to be to get this started right here in the Capital District. The dates for the training start very quickly. Their first date is going to be on the 25th of this month. It's going to be April 25th. It'll start in the morning, go through the evening. The trainers will go back to New York City, take all your paperwork, come back after they've done all the background checks, do the last bit of training, you take an exam. All that information goes back to New York City once again, and we have a graduation celebration. We'll have a guest speaker there. We may even have an opportunity to have it televised right here on SAC TV. But there's so much that we can do. It would be a time to celebrate and a time to serve not only our community, not only our spirituality, but to serve one another as well and make us better in the community and better able to serve our community anyone, and I mean anyone who's interested in doing this, please contact me. You can reach me directly. The number for the ministry is area code 518-406-6487. My cell phone is 881-6467. You can contact me via email, divineguardianministries@gmail.com, or visit our website, and you can send me a note from there. The website, again, is divineguardian.org, or you can find us on Facebook, Divine Guardian Ministries. Find out more about this, please. We would love to have you on board with this. The more people that we have, the more fun, the more spiritual, and the better it's going to be for all of us overall. Please consider it. To find out more about the task force, there are links on that website, but you can also go to the NYSCTF.org and find out more about that there. Last thing regarding the Red Cross, you can sign up for a free home visit, alarm installation on April 25th. It's that same day as that training. To find out more information, call Burgundy Magoon, and you can reach her at the American Red Cross, area code 518-694-5117, or you can also find out information about the Red Cross online, and I believe that's AmericanRedCross.org. But you can certainly search any search engine for it and find out about the Red Cross for the Capital District. Contact Burgundy over there at the American Red Cross and get smoke detectors for your home. They do save lives. That's all we have time for today. It's been a pleasure to have you once again. Thank you for inviting me into your home. Thank you for being a part of our show. I'd like to thank Randall, our Director of Operations here, our Chairman of the Board, Randy, who's behind the scenes managing the cameras and feeding this to you. My beautiful wife, who supports me every week, and she's always sitting here with me, Linda. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to all of you for tuning in once again and taking an active role in your community. For Schenectady Online and for Schenectady Access Cable Council, I'm Joe Kelleher. Thank you and good night.